Good evening, America. We are here with...
You know who the fuck I am.
You gotta get closer, bitch.
You know who I am.
America's favorite recurring guest, everybody. We just finished watching Kratos snap the neck of a Asgardian god. If these gods don't stop fucking with me, I'm gonna do the same to them.
I'm gonna fucking snap their necks.
Goddamn.
I hit 2 plates.
You know, it's time the world understands that I hit 2 plates.
They don't know exactly what you're hitting, but you're hitting 2 plates.
A lot of people like to ask me, Caesar, you hit 2 plates, but on what? And I tell them, doesn't matter.
It does matter, but you just say you hit 2 plates. Just say you hit 2 plates.
It don't matter. I hit 2 plates.
Everyone usually has the same assumption, but they'll be like, I need to know exactly what you're talking about.
I know they ain't hitting 2 plates though, so it don't matter.
The first thing they'll think about is, oh, you're talking about benching. You just leave it.
What you bench on a normal bench, I do with my neck.
Imagine. That'd be wild.
Yeah, I've been meaning to...
No one would expect that.
I've been meaning to start working on my neck, honestly. You know, I've been...
Just trying to suck some dick.
I've been meaning to get my neck thicker. I just think it looks better, honestly, a thicker neck, you know?
Yeah. You have a thick ass neck and everything else is skinny. That'd be fucking... You should do that.
You know, that's what women want, honestly. They want a thick neck. That's all they want.
They're like, oh my God, he could take a punch.
I know what women want. What women want
thick ass neck.
Is a thick neck.
Yeah, I think they want that.
But, yeah, it is currently... It's pretty late, honestly.
It is late.
Yeah, shit. I was saying we were going to do this podcast earlier, but shit, we got distracted.
Yeah, you were watching fucking army videos.
Army?
Marine videos, whatever.
I was watching.
You act like you're in any of that. You're not in anything involved in that.
I was watching God of War videos.
Yeah, sure.
You saw Kratos snap the neck of Baldur.
That guy didn't hold the gun. He held the gun too long.
Spoiler alert: Kratos does kill Baldur
with a gun. He's holding the gun.
He does snap his neck. That's how he ends up killing him at the end. But
that game came out a while ago, so
you gonna get another water?
Maybe I'll get another. I'll probably get another water.
Get another water, bitch.
I'm gonna get another purple water. They should have hired me to be Spider-Man. I was talking to Marcos about going to New York again, probably like next year. I know Manny wants to go, and I have another homie that wants to go, so it's probably gonna be a thing. Water.
Have you ever thought about just going to like some fucking piece of shit, no-name state? Idaho, Delaware. I
would go to Arkansas just because of Dorothy from fucking Wizard of Oz. See what that bitch lived through.
That's where the wizard...
That's where she's from. Yeah,
really?
Arkansas, yeah. Fucking random ass shit, yeah.
No, it's Kansas, bitch.
Kansas, my bad. Kansas, you're right.
Fucking illiterate bitch.
Bitch says the guy that doesn't know when the Aquabats played in 2015. And I showed him.
It wasn't the Aquabats. It wasn't the Aquabats.
Hey, what was that band that played Where's My Mind? And I showed you the band in the same exact date from fucking the same exact concert, and you still don't believe it.
Have you ever heard of the Mandela effect?
Yes.
I feel that this is a perfect case scenario for that.
I feel like you just gotten hit too many times in the head.
You know, this brings up a good point, honestly. You know, I have Sal on my Instagram now. I texted him. I was like, hey, bitch, fucking, I'm going to add you, so you better fucking add me back.
I hope he didn't add you back.
He added me back.
It would have been funny if he didn't add you back.
He knows what's best for him. He knows that I know business, and he knows if he wants to make any business in this fucking boxing world, that he better
he's going to Japan?
He's going to get robbed in Japan. You know how high the taxes are over there?
Japan's dope as fuck. He's lucky. One day I will eventually go to Japan. Probably for maybe a month. I'll go to Japan for like a month.
As I was saying though, fucking Sal, we're friends now on Instagram. I don't know if that's the way you say it. Is that the correct terminology?
He just follows me on Instagram. I don't think anyone's ever said that, like, unless you're like Facebook or something.
Okay, well, me and Sal are connected on Instagram.
You guys sound like you fuck. Me and Sal fuck on Instagram.
I invited him once to a party, and he was like, "Oh," I told him, I was like, "Hey, Sal, what are you doing tonight?" He's like, "Nothing, bitch. Why?" And I was
that dude's gonna fucking fight people.
I told that motherfucker, I was like, "Hey, Sal, this girl from back when we were in high school, she's throwing a party, and she specifically asked me to invite you."
What the fuck?
And he was like, "What? Do I know her? What's her name?" And I was like, "Sal, you gonna come to the party or not? I need a confirmation text." And he was like, "Who is she?"
He's dumb as fuck. And
I was like, "Sal, let me tell you, Sal, there's gonna be a lot of fucking at this party."
Oh. You dumbass.
And
I told her.
I told him. He was like, "What? I'm down." And I told him, "Sal, there's gonna be a lot of fucking and fighting." And he was like, "LOL, what?" Who's going?
And then I asked him if he's going to the party too.
And he asked me, "Who's going? Do I know anybody?" And I was like, "Sal, it's just you and me." There's gonna be a lot of fucking and fighting between us.
I think he's too dumb to understand that. Then I was like, I did the same exact thing. He was like, "Oh, what the fuck? Who the fuck is it?" And then he tried to FaceTime me. I was like, just didn't.
He called me right after.
Yeah, I know. He's dumb as fuck.
I said the same exact line to him. And he was like,
I said the same thing too. I was like, "Oh, stop being a dumb bitch."
That's
whose party? He still was persistent as to like whose party it was.
He really thought there was a fucking party going.
Yeah.
Holy shit. See, that's the definition of someone that's taking too many punches to the head.
You've taken some punches to the head. Not
too many. Nah, I've seen him spar before.
No, but I'm saying you've taken some punches to the head.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's taken too many, but
he's taken too many. I've taken some.
Like he's still persistent on like trying to find out twice. With you
Who's
and
the
with
girl?
me. Who's the girl? I was like, yeah, he's taking way too many.
Goddamn, sorry, that's fucking stupid. I should have him on the podcast again. I keep seeing him post on his fucking dumbass story and shit.
In Japan.
He ain't no fucking. He's in Hanson Dam shit. Fucking running up the fucking mile.
Yeah, that's
shit.
what he was.
Fucking Sal, you dumb. Hey Sal, how much they fucking taking from your purse? Like fucking 40% of your purse and shit. Getting paid like $5,000. And you're like, I got a good deal.
I don't get paid. I just get hit in the head.
You just got hit in the head. So if you would have signed with me, you would have been getting paid, but you didn't do that shit.
You got paid like $20.
You got paid like $20 just
That's
to
like 20 times the amount that you're getting paid now.
20 times. 20
you're
times.
Getting paid, yep, right now.
But this isn't about Sal. This is about Sal getting punched in
I was like, where are you going with this?
Do you remember that one time we did a podcast with Sal and Emilio? And
that was a fun time.
It was during quarantine, no?
Yeah, and then Sal got super drunk and he threw
Sal
up.
got super drunk and he threw up like literally right there.
Food for
in
less.
front of no, it was in front of Wingstop.
Yes,
It
pretty
was
much
in front of
Food for
Wingstop.
Less.
Yeah, essentially, but in the same area, same
Yeah.
plaza. He started throwing up by a Wingstop and we were all laughing, but then I remember, like, you know, the fucking soft side of me was like, he's throwing up alone. Here, let me go throw up with him.
You're a fucking idiot.
So I was like, Sal, hold up, here. And I stuck my finger down my throat. I remember that shit. And I was like, I remember that shit. And I filmed it too. I remember.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah, I'm glad you don't doubt that because that's me filming everything
Like
and
filming
shit.
people throwing up.
You know, that brings me back to SB, honestly. You know what most of my my buddies, they would always ask me before every like Friday, Saturday, you know, sometimes even Sunday or Thursday.
It's 1 p.m. Why are you drinking, Caesar?
They would ask me like, Caesar, please don't record.
Yeah, you would record everything.
Like, Caesar, like, record them, but just don't record me.
No, it doesn't work that way.
Doesn't work like that. It doesn't work that way. You know, I know. God damn. There's a lot of people from SB that are like fucking like married now and shit. Like if I fucking
have things that would ruin their fucking marriage.
Yeah. God damn.
Who's married?
I'm not gonna say, but I'll take a.
You tell me off the podcast.
I'll tell you off air. I'll drink this fucking gallon of water though.
Hold up. This water's strong.
It's almost October. How are you feeling for October?
This is like pre-Halloween. I take September as pre-Halloween.
I always told people that like September, no, August is like the month no one gives a fuck about.
Yeah, you're talking about that. Yeah, August. No one gives a fuck about August.
Like January.
But you know, like I kind of care because you know fall is coming. That's the only reason.
That's the
only thing.
Bare minimum.
Yeah.
But January is like, oh, a brand new year. Let me
change everything.
Yeah. It's
I'm
February.
gonna stop being a hoe.
February is Valentine's Day. March is
I'm lonely.
March is I'm gonna dress in green because I'm a leprechaun.
Yeah.
April is like, spring is coming. February, March, April. May is like, May showers. You know,
we're about to. And June is like, oh fuck, we're like in the middle of the month, middle of the year.
June is like that's when officially
summer
starts.
Starts.
Everybody
Everybody cares about
shit, summer. Then July is like 4th of
That's
July.
full. Yeah, it's like you're in summer.
And then January, March, April, May, June, July, August is like.
It's like fuck, we're about to get into that.
September is like October is almost coming up.
Yeah.
And October obviously Halloween, spooky season. November, turkey season.
Turkey season, and then fucking Christmas. Christmas and New Year's Eve.
And then so August is like the month no one really gives a fuck
about. You're
about.
right. August is just a month you go through.
And you know, I feel for August, honestly.
I feel bad. I wish I could give August a hug.
I'd give August a hug. I tell that motherfucker, join me at the gym. Because I'm there hitting legs every day. I've skipped like legs 4 weeks in a row.
4 weeks, yeah. You'll feel that shit when you actually hit it.
I hit legs yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. And
bitch, was 640 calories of water.
Of water.
This is a lot of calories of water.
Yeah, I hit legs yesterday. And goddamn, dude. Honestly, I'm feeling it.
I'm feeling it when you hit it for like a couple weeks.
I was still pretty
You'll feel it less the next time you hit it.
I want to say that I'm going to hit it again Friday, but I like to say that I'm going to hit it again sooner, but I know that's not going to happen.
I'm going to hit that shit tomorrow.
I just don't like leg day because honestly, I'm
an upper body type of guy.
Yeah, because let's say I'm hitting arms, shoulders, chest, I get a pump throughout my entire upper body.
And regardless. You don't get a pump from your legs?
I do, but I gotta get like half naked and shit. Like I can't
walk.
That
makes no sense. What the fuck?
I can't. Like, all right, look. You see how long these shorts are?
Yeah, and that's gonna stop you from getting a pump underneath your shorts.
Well, like you're not gonna see my if I walk around my boxers right here, my fucking underwear, then yeah, you'll see that pump and shit. But not very.
It still exists, even though you can't see it.
I want people to see it.
You're fucking gay.
I want people to see it.
I don't care about people seeing it.
It's
care about the gains. You want people to see your asshole when you're taking a shit?
I would be willing to bet that my asshole is a lot cleaner than any fucking guys out here.
Says
honestly.
The guy who has shit stains on his fucking boxers.
Ladies and gentlemen, I assure you, I clean my ass thoroughly.
Sure. Your boxers would say otherwise.
Matthew would know.
Your boxers would say otherwise.
Matthew would know. He sniffs my underwear.
Can you spray them with fucking cologne before you even put them in the
I'm out of cologne. I need new cologne.
Because you've been spraying your shit on the boxers. That's why you're out.
Because I've been depressed. That's the reason. What's a good cologne? I need a new cologne.
I've been planning on getting like the Abercrombie Fierce cologne.
Is that
It's good. It's very good, and I think what I've noticed now is that like Abercrombie the store, you haven't really sprayed it, so like when you walk by that store, you can't smell it, and like you don't really associate it with like the store or the mall, which is kind of good because that makes you more like you don't want to like have a cologne and be like, oh, I think about the mall. You just have a cologne that smells good. That shit smells fucking good, but like.
Are you sure it smells good?
It smells fucking good. I want to get it. I probably will get it. It smells really good.
How much is it?
The big bottle is like 120. Is the
what
regular?
The fuck?
The regular bottle is like probably like $50.
Oh,
yeah, so the regular bottle is $50. Probably like the big bottle that I want is really big. It's like 120.
Yeah, why not?
It smells fucking good.
All right, sure, it smells good.
It smells. You could literally go in the store and try it and smell it.
I'll do that. Oh.
I bought a couple things from
Is it at any Abercrombie or?
Every single Abercrombie has that cologne.
Let's go tomorrow. We're gonna go to fucking
we can do
by
that.
Northridge anyways. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to catch us tomorrow, we will be at the UCLA versus CSUN game, supporting CSUN. You know, honestly, like, you know, I've always been loyal to my fucking school. You know, I like CSUN. I always support CSUN no matter what. Hey, you want?
When's the last game you went to?
The last game, fucking
CSUN.
CSUN versus us, West LA.
That's what I thought, bitch. Because you were in West LA. That shit don't count. You don't. He's about like I support them, bitch. You've never been to any game.
Well, tomorrow that's gonna change. No. You know what? I went to a women's rugby game one time.
That sounds gay as fuck.
Some girl got her arm fractured.
Oh, okay, never mind. That sounds pretty cool.
It was Rob's neighbor.
Fucking dumbass.
Yeah, I remember that shit. I was like, "You got your arm fractured."
That's good. Okay, that was a good game.
We should go.
It's like going to NASCAR and hoping to see like a nasty ass car.
You want to go to a women's rugby game?
I don't know.
We'll take a few of these water bottles and before we go in, we'll fucking
go. I'll do that. I'm pretty down to do that tomorrow.
I don't know if there's a game scheduled tomorrow. I doubt they would.
Yeah,
schedule
there is.
It.
The UCLA versus.
Bitch for rugby.
Oh nah. I don't know. I'm fucking busy as shit. I shouldn't even be going to that shit, but I'll go to it.
You go to that shit, bitch. It's
I'm gonna try to wake up early and then just do my shit. Go to the gym, study.
Yeah, just wake up early. Do everything in the morning.
That's what I'm planning to do. Because I didn't study for shit today. I didn't do anything today.
You should invite Manny.
Oh, but what was my... I'll hit him up.
Yeah, tell him. Manny, hey, if you're listening to this shit, come to the podcast, motherfucker.
I'm sure he's down. He'll get fucked up. Yeah, really. I know you well enough to know that you'll get him really fucked up. And I know you probably won't even drive him home. He's gonna have to.
What does Manny drive?
He doesn't drive right now. He doesn't have a car.
He's a big shot. That's why.
He's a big shot. He works from home.
Yeah. Well, the only time that happened was when Gus, the big shot, came over and. God damn, we killed like 2 bottles of Fireball.
I feel like you're gonna try to do that with him.
Nah,
but Manny isn't that type of. Manny isn't like Gus, where he'll try to like match you. He'll tell you when he's good, but when he's good.
Well, he's a big guy. He's way bigger than
I know.
Gus.
That's what I was about to say. He'll get fucked up. He'll be fucked up.
I can't imagine Manny getting fucked up.
He'll take it. Oh, he'll take Uber. He probably won't care.
I'll drive.
Manny be getting fucked up. I'd be like,
goddamn. That story told us about.
Manny be getting fucked up.
No, I mean, I'll drive him, but like...
No, you won't.
I'll drive him, but I need to sober up too, shit.
So you're going to be your excuse of like,
I'm
too drunk.
He's like, what, 6'9"?
Fuck. He's like 6'10", kind of around 6'10".
Fucking hyping his ass up and shit.
It's like almost Andre Giant.
Do you remember the last time all 3 of us went out?
Yeah, I remember we were going to LA and I was about to crash into that lady who ran the bike.
What's the first bar? The bar that has like pictures of mountain cats in their fucking bar.
Mountain cats?
Yeah, mountain lions or.
I don't remember.
Not the.
I remember we went to the Arctic Monkeys night.
No, yeah, we did that, but we went to 2 bars before that.
2 bars before that.
One was
we went to Arts District.
Yeah, Art District.
Yeah, and then after that. Then we went to
okay, so the first bar was his Truly bar, the Truly bar,
and
but
then we went to
the second bar.
The second bar was like literally in the same place.
Okay, well the second bar had pictures of mountain cats.
Arts. Oh, I didn't even notice that, but yeah, I think
bitch, you pointed that shit out.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I thought this was a real fucking cat.
They have that was the Angel City Brewery.
Okay, well yeah, all right. So I was walking at Manny. I don't know where the fuck you were. You're behind us.
I was in the bathroom,
but. I literally saw every fucking girl at that bar just eye fucking Manny.
Yeah, you gotta be 6 feet.
I was like, God damn, Manny, shit.
Shame.
Every girl here is literally just fucking looking at you like a piece of meat and shit.
6 feet.
I'm like, God damn, man, shit.
Give me some inches.
Your fucking 6'10" frame and shit.
Big motherfucker.
Big boy. I remember seeing that shit. I was like, God damn.
I wasn't even paying attention, but
I noticed. I was like,
he's like,
damn,
you son of a bitch.
God damn,
We
man.
shouldn't have brought you.
Why do we
bring you?
Yeah, that's Manny for you though. He's a good guy. He's a good
guy. Go take your bitch.
He's a good guy. But yeah, shit, Manny, come through. I would love to see your
suck your cock.
I would love to fucking have you on the podcast to see what you say when you are inebriated.
I don't know what we'll say. You'll probably just be really drunk.
Say some.
I hope you guys fight. I would love
say
that.
some racist ass shit.
Some racist shit, and he just fight you on your own podcast.
I mean, we used to do that all the time back then. So
that'd be funny.
Bringing my coworkers. You
should try to box with them. He'll probably be like, "Nah, I'm good."
Nah, I wouldn't want to box Manny.
You're a bitch.
Nah, I don't want to box Manny. He's a good guy. I don't want to hurt a good guy.
He'll fucking kick you in the head. Well, I thought we were boxing.
I'm too fast.
Nah, I'll kick you in the head.
I remember I used to bring in my coworkers from my Fortune 500 company.
Why don't you bring in your coworkers from your other company right now to box them up? You bring them here, but you haven't boxed with them. You should bring the last dude with it. You should bring the last dude that came here with his girlfriend, but without the girlfriend.
I think
she could record. If she wants.
Honestly, I think I'm gonna invite them back on the podcast because I don't know why, but everybody tells me like at work, it's like, oh, I was listening to the episode, whatever, with him and his girlfriend. I'm like, why are you listening to that episode, dude? Like,
get a life. Stop. Unsubscribe.
Don't unsubscribe. But the thing is, like, that episode was so weird for me because I don't know if I've said this I'm sure I've said this on a podcast before, but it was really weird for me because I literally told him, like, hey, come on the podcast. And he was like, oh, yeah, I'll go on. I was like, all right, bro, I'll send you the address. Like, come at this time or whatever, whenever you're ready, And he was like, oh, all right, I'm going to bring my girlfriend. And I was like, okay, dude, yeah, sure.
Whatever.
Thinking he was, like, just fucking with me, right? He actually brought her. He's like, oh, hey, I'm here. Can you come open the gate? And, I was like, oh, yeah, I got you, bro. And I was like, what the fuck was this bitch right here? Yeah, he literally brought his girlfriend, so that threw me off completely. And just the whole audio situation was a fucking mess because, like, I was like, do you want to be part of the podcast or, like, do you just want to watch? And
I like to watch.
She was just, like, in between the two options. I was like, God damn, like, this is not good for the audio. Like, but for some reason, everybody wants to fucking watch that episode and shit. I assume because they're like, oh, Caesar's going to start some drama between them and shit.
I would instigate.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure I instigated a bit.
I would do that a lot.
But look. Here's the thing, though. Like, I'm kind of wondering. I'm like, are all these motherfuckers that are watching this episode just into the drama, or are these motherfuckers actually thinking like, oh, this guy's such an interesting guy. I want to listen to what he has to say.
Drama.
I'm guessing this is drama. Honestly, I think people like drama.
They do.
Well. Ladies and gentlemen, I see some fucking racist.
I'm all about drama.
I'm all about drama, ladies and gentlemen.
You should see me when I go out.
And
I'm drunk and I try to start fights with people.
I try to start a fight with women.
Women. Hey.
I saw this video on Instagram, or was it YouTube? I don't know. Of like John Jones, like sparring Holly Holm, a female.
Oh, I would love to see that.
And it had a caption like John Jones at home.
John Jones at home?
Yeah, John.
That's stupid. He's doing that shit with his wife.
Yeah.
That dude's a fool. I need to see that. I've never seen that, but that sounds so interesting.
But anyways, what's been going on with you? Last time you were on this podcast, you were talking about your class.
Yeah. Got named that. It was easy.
What classes are you taking now?
Magnetism, linear systems, and electronics. The last portion of it. And I'm a fucking beast. Everybody doesn't have shit on me. And like people be coming up to me like, "How do you do this? Like, how are you so smart?" I was like, "Motherfucker, it's just easy." And I'm probably gonna. There's DWP internships and Disney internships. The Disney one seems interesting, but I probably won't even apply to that. But my GPA is high as shit. These niggas suck my dick.
Now, I've never taken a magnetism class, but on Reddit, I've read
It's really not that bad.
it's not that bad. I've
For
read
me.
I've read on Reddit that people say like, "Oh, it's basically like, oh, magic does exist." Do you feel that way?
It's cool. That's why I love it because I don't know. It's just like interesting to me. Cause like
So what's interesting? What's interesting about it?
When you're in electronics, because you learn about magnetism. You learn about magnetism when you're in physics, but then you take electronics. You never hear that shit like not once. I was like, when's the magnetism popping up? That shit does not pop up like at all. And then finally, like it's its own separate thing. I'm like, oh, fucking finally, now we're learning about it. Like, the lab for that is crazy. Like, cause at CSUN we had like one dude who was like really, really important for magnetism, and we have like his lab. I forgot the guy's name, but the lab is fucking crazy. They have like lasers and fucking a sound studio with like crazy pointy cones. It's just a crazy class because like my professor was talking about like his prior job before he was teaching. He was working for I'm assuming some army type shit or like military type shit. Like he was a contractor, and like what his job was is like to kind of like interfere with the signals from remote controls for detonators. So like you know how like there's army people that drive by like detonators and they can set them off. Like you can either like actually activate it by like touching it, or someone from like far away could like use a remote control and detonate it. So what his job was is to like interfere with the signal, and to like not have it be detonated. So I thought that was really cool. Like fucking cell phones and like everything you use like just uses like somehow uses magnetism, which is crazy. But it's a dope ass class. I understand everything so far, so it's not bad.
So how are you getting around the textbooks? I assume you guys have an assigned textbook, right?
Yeah, we do, and that's actually a really good textbook. I like the textbook.
Do you know the name of it? Do you remember the name of it?
I can't. I have it on my phone.
Pull it out.
Yeah, I read all my textbooks on my phone.
So are you saying you have the PDF? Or?
I have the PDF on my phone. Like so.
What's it called?
It's
Fundamentals of.
Let me see. Fuck, I had it right. Fundamentals of Applied Electromagnetics.
By who?
By Fawaz T. Ulabi and Ravioli or something.
Ravioli.
Yeah, so that's actually a good book. I usually don't like the fucking books because it's just like a whole bunch of bullshit and then like the actual good information. But I feel like this is like shortened and it's mostly just good information, so I could read it.
It's a good textbook.
It's a good textbook. I like it. Usually I don't like any textbooks. Like the one that I have for linear systems, I fucking hate that textbook because it's like just a lot of bullshit. So this one's actually good because it's actually like it teaches you shit or you learn shit from it. Like, and it's not like a whole bunch of reading.
You know, the thing I always hated about like specifically math textbooks, Margot's backed me up on this. I don't know if you could back me up on this. Is that most math textbooks just aren't written with the level of like detail as, let's say, chemistry textbooks. Every chemistry textbook I've ever had, except for organic chemistry, for just every general chemistry textbook I've had, shows you step-by-step examples on how to solve a problem before giving you like all these problems within that certain parameter. That way you know how to solve it. But for, you know, any fucking, like, let's say calculus textbook, It's always like, it skips steps, just assuming that the reader already knows these steps. Is that how it was once you got to the upper division? Or
I didn't read any of the calculus textbooks. I only did the problems. So I learned just like through YouTube or like for dummies books. Yeah, for Calc 2, the for dummies books was fucking great. And Calc 3 wasn't even that bad. I just learned from the lectures. So I didn't even really need to like read the book. So I don't really read books because I feel like there's just like too much information. It takes too long to get to like the clear thing.
See, Margo's backed me up on that because like he's taken, like higher level math than me, and he's agreed like, yeah, that's been a big discussion. Like, why are math textbooks like so? Why are they lacking in like detail as opposed to other types of textbooks? And I'm like, yeah, like
you've learned this before.
I mean,
that's what they're thinking.
I assume that's the thought process. Like, oh, if you're at this level of math, you should know this already.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, motherfucker, I don't know this shit. So I got a YouTube shit, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's good that your textbook is like efficient.
Yeah, the one for electromagnetics, I like that textbook. I usually don't like any textbooks because it's just like a lot of bullshit. Now, this one's actually really good. It's not like super fucking long. It just gets like to the point, I guess, which I like a lot. So it's a good textbook. I fucks with it.
Now, I just finished reading Watchmen.
Oh, it's good.
Have you ever heard of Watchmen?
I've seen the movie.
You seen the movie?
And I've seen the show on Amazon Prime. It's fucking good.
So I just finished reading the fucking book and shit, and honestly, like, yeah, obviously there are factors that are like pertaining to science, physics specifically, that certainly impact the storyline of the book, or I don't know what you want to call it, a graphic novel.
Yeah, it's pretty cool when you understand physics. You're like, I
get
this.
But what I'm saying is, like, if you actually read the book, a large part of the book is not actually like, you don't need an understanding of physics. It's more like, and I'm saying this solely because I took a class that was called communications, intercultural communications.
Sounds gay.
Surprisingly, I enjoyed it a lot. I didn't think it was
because it was gay. You liked the gay.
I liked it a lot, honestly, and
Not surprised.
The professor there was named. What the fuck was his name? I know his first name was Andrew.
Pupukaka.
His last name was
Pee Pee Pants.
I forgot his last name, honestly, but his name was first name Andrew. I tried looking him up because
you have a crush on him. Huh?
I tried looking him up. He has like no digital footprint.
Yeah,
he's hiding. Yeah,
I'm sure
he's fucking hiding.
He's a fucking predator.
He seemed like a very smart guy, though.
Yeah, that's how you know he's smart.
And he
hides his shit.
Yeah. He was a communications professor at CSUN, and one of the like last lectures he gave us was he had us read, and I'm sure you remember because I told you like, oh shit, this fucking paper is amazing. He had us read this paper from like the year 1993 or some shit like that, written by this like professor of political science from like the University of like Hawaii or some shit like that, some university in Hawaii, who like his family was like affected by the what do you call it, the Oppenheimer bomb,
Oppenheimer, yeah,
the Hiroshima,
yeah,
something like that. I forgot his name. I can't remember his name for the life of me right now, but yeah, he had us read this paper from this guy, right? And it was just written in the most pretentious fucking language ever, like
Japanese.
Like you read that shit, you're like, why the fuck is this guy talking like so pretentiously? Like the biggest fucking words, the most abstract fucking statements to describe the simplest shit, And he explained to us like, look, the reason he's writing like this is because academia has like a snotty attitude. Like you need to sound pretentious in order to get published. So, try to get by that and actually read the paper. Now, I'm pretty confident. Like, I don't want to suck my own dick, but I'm
suck your own dick.
I suck my own dick, but let me tell you. I'm a pretty fast reader, and this fucking 10, 11 page paper took me an hour to read. It's like, it's pretty fucking dense. It's pretty fucking abstract, but you know, once you like actually start, I don't want to say the word analyzing, but once you actually start rereading it, I guess, and then have like, you know, like a fucking professor explain to you, you're kind of like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, that does make sense. I forgot where I was going with this conversation.
I don't know, bitch.
But anyway, this conversation. Oh, and how it pertains to Watchmen. It kind of made me realize. Yeah, sure. Physics, chemistry, you know, science plays a big role. Engineering plays a big role in like the real world. But once you get to a high enough level, the abstract majors, such as like communications,
the gay shit,
political science, they actually take a role, because you're kind of realizing like, wait a minute, like now that you could do this with your technology, you're kind of rendering all other viewpoints obsolete. And I'm using specific language pertaining to this specific paper that we read, which if any of you fine viewers out there of ImWithCesar want to look it up, it's called I completely forgot what it's called.
Piece of shit. Hey, if you guys want to look it up, I forgot what it was called.
It's called like Ballistic Missiles and Nuclear Deterrence.
That sounds
some
cool.
shit like that. Yeah, it has a cool ass fucking name, right? It's and this fucking professor, like I looked him up because honestly, this fucking, I want to say, you know, I would be so willing to say that this paper changed my life or my outlook of shit. You know,
I'm gonna take a piss.
Go take a shit. I'll keep talking. Let me look this shit up. Nuclear deterrence, and it was nuclear deterrence and strategic gaze. Wow, I just butchered that shit on my fucking. All right, let's see. Nuclear deterrence and no. All right, hold up. Let's see. What the fuck? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot fucking find the paper, but for any of you fine ladies and gentlemen actually attending CSUN, you could just go to the CSUN library and look that shit up. I looked it up before I graduated, so... Oh, here we go. Look. Traversing Rockets, Satellites, and Nuclear War via the Strategic Gaze by M. Kato. There we go, that's his name. M. Kato. Do I actually have access to this? Well, holy shit, look at that. Oh, fuck, I got access to it. I don't know if I can read this. By Machid Kato. Nuclear Globalism. Traversing Rockets, Satellites, and Nuclear War via the Strategic Gaze. So this is the paper that I read for my class, and honestly, it changed my view on a lot of things, especially the communication major. Yeah. As I was saying, Matthew just got back from the restroom. It's called Nuclear Globalism, Traversing Rockets, Satellites, and Nuclear War via the Strategic Gaze.
Sounds like a good fucking book.
It's only like 10 pages too, honestly. Shit. But it took me like an hour to read, but I read that shit and I was like, god damn.
Start fucking making Oppenheimer.
I know, god damn, shit. But yeah, it was a very good paper. You guys should read it, especially if you guys are CSUN students, because you have access to it via your library access. I wonder if I still have access to the library.
Probably not. Like, fuck these things.
Anyways, I don't know how we got to... Oh, yeah, I was saying that, you know, Watchmen kind of... You know, I don't want to say shit. I don't want to sound stupid or anything, but in the lens of, like, the communications major, I'd say that plays more of a role than the actual physics, like actual nuclear war, because nuclear war is like what's kind of driving the plot line. Everybody's scared of nuclear war and Watchmen, especially after Dr. Manhattan leaves to Mars. After he departs to Mars, everyone's kind of scared, like, are the Russians going to start a war? You know, and now we got to fucking deal with that shit without Dr. Manhattan. So, and to kind of look at it through a communications perspective. So what I'm saying is, like, it's kind of, I know that all the, you know, I don't want to generalize, but I'm going to generalize here. And you could tell me if you're wrong, if I'm wrong. But most STEM majors just look down on, like, anybody that's, like, communications.
I think that's kind of true. Like, you know, it's funny. I had a friend. I honestly, I don't give a fuck what major you are, because it doesn't matter. Because you could, like, know a whole bunch of shit but do nothing with it. Like, fucking, I had a friend who was, like, a mechanical engineer, and he was, like, drunk, and he was like, fuck all these fucking faggots. They don't know shit. Like, he's talking about, like, all other non-STEM majors. I was like, yeah, fuck them. I don't care, but I was just hyping him up. It's, yeah, man, they don't know the struggle, blah, 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 blah. All that shit's easy. I do that. I do, like, double the shit that they can do. I was like, yeah, fuck them. I was like, I really don't care. That shit don't matter. It doesn't really matter what you learn in school, because you won't even, like, use it, like, outside of school. Fucking, I talked to, like, one of my professors says, like, yeah, we don't even, like, use any of the shit that we learned in school. So it doesn't really matter, but it just shows that you work harder than other people. Because, like, if you did sociology or communication, that's so easy to get through. And I feel like anybody could do that.
If anybody that struggles in that shit,
they should not complain. Don't ever fight. Like, you don't ever complain to, like, a STEM major that you're like, oh my god, like, you're stressed out about classes or anything.
I know people
don't
like
ever
that.
say that shit. Don't ever say that shit. Because if you say that shit to me, I'll talk shit to you. Like, you and your little baby math, you don't even, yeah, I'll talk shit, but, like, just don't complain, because I really don't care unless you talk shit, unless you complain. It's like, you know, those motherfuckers that are working those construction jobs. And you talk about, like, oh man, work was hard today. Bitch, don't say anything to me. You don't know what hard work is. It's probably like them. Like, you can't say shit, because you have it good relative to them. But it's crazy. Like, I don't just pass classes. I get A's. I'm just a different breed. Like, my lab partner, like, right now, I was like, oh, this guy, like, I should have someone finally that knows something. Nah, this motherfucker just barely gets by. He doesn't know shit. I'm like, oh my god, how do I keep on getting partnered with these dumb fucks that don't know anything and I have to carry everything? Like, the last partner, he didn't do shit. I was like, bro, I hope you don't, like, in my head, I was like, I hope you don't pass, because, like, you're not doing shit. And eventually my lab instructor, like, separated us, because he knew, like, he wasn't doing shit. So I ain't a bitch like you. I drink all my water. I got an A in my lab and I got an A in my lecture, so I'm a fucking boss. People fucking talk about, like, I talked to, like, one of the dudes from yesterday that I usually go to Coachella with. Like, he graduated with biomedical engineering, and then I told him what I was, and he was like, oh yeah, I failed that class, and I had to retake it. I was like, yeah, people tend to fail that class. Apparently, it really wasn't that hard for me. So I'm just a different breed. Apparently, the first major I was trying to do was chemical engineering. Apparently that's harder than electrical, but I was doing it. But I was like, where you end up at is, like, at a fucking random factory in the middle of nowhere. I don't want to be there. So I was like, electrical engineering was the best thing in my mind that made sense. It was like, you have so many opportunities, a lot of people don't do it, and fucking you make a lot of money. That's what I thought with electrical engineering, because initially I was like, I know I could do mechanical, and that seems like fun, and I'm good at that. But I was like, everybody does that, so it's like so much competition. So fuck that. Electrical's the way.
Now back to Watchmen. What I'm saying is that the story was kind of driven, and you could kind of look at it through the perspective of a communications major or of a communications professor's lecture in regards to nuclear war deterrence. And that's kind of weird because you would think like, oh, how the fuck, you know, like shouldn't this be left up to like the scientists and shit, how to deter nuclear war? But you know, you look at it and you're like, oh, okay, actually, yeah, this kind of makes more sense. It's kind of more in their field, this communication field, if you will. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of weird for me because I was like, God damn, eventually you will reach a level where you're like, nah. In terms of nuclear war deterrence and shit. So I thought that was really interesting. It brought me back to, you know, reading Watchmen really brought me back to my intercultural communications class, which I was lucky enough to take with a very good professor, I guess. I was trying to use a better word than good, but yeah, it was a very good professor. I would like to have him on the podcast, honestly, but you know, knowing him, he has like no digital footprint at all. I've tried, believe me, I've tried looking for him.
Hey, send me a dick pic. Yeah. That's what you mean by try.
I've tried looking for him, but good luck finding him. Shit, there's like no pictures of him online and shit.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. You know he's up to some shit. Cause you know what's funny? Manny works in that department. Where, like, if you don't want shit on the internet, you go to his company and they'll make sure... I don't know how they do it, but they make sure that shit doesn't pop up. Let's say you have a sex tape out on the internet. Let's say you have a sex tape out on the internet. His company will get rid of it. I don't know how they do it, but they just do it.
Well, Professor Andrew, we gotta talk.
He's probably fucking with that company.
Yeah, maybe. Sure. Hey, Manny, where you at?
Yeah, he works with that. They'll lessen your digital footprint.
I'm sure he's aware of all that. He seemed like a very intelligent guy. Like, he was one of the first professors I've met that I was like, damn, this
guy's not a fucking dumbass.
He's not a dumbass, dude. Yeah, like, here's the thing. I've met very intelligent professors in the world of chemistry and shit. But then, like, there's a different, like, there's a different, like, type of intelligence. Like, I'll admit, I took a gender studies class.
There's levels.
With an anthropology professor, right? This dude just looked, like, the way not just the way he spoke, not just his tone, but you could tell this guy knew the world. Like, he had this level of wisdom that was unmatched.
Trying to suck his cock.
Like, this dude, you could tell he was a smart guy just by the way he wasn't trying to suck his own dick like you would think some other, like, professors would. Like, I'm a fucking smart ass.
Call me doctor.
Yeah, like, he was just like, you would talk to him and you could just sense, like, okay, this guy's different. This guy's like a different tier of intelligent. This guy, the communications professor, he was that level, and it was kind of weird because the anthropology professor, it kind of made sense, like, oh yeah, this guy has a lot of wisdom because he was like fucking in his 60s and shit, you know, gray hair, fucking big old beard and shit. But you know, he fucking spoke like he knew the fucking world, you know. He would even challenge like students that were like engineering majors that thought they were all fucking badass and shit to fucking like talk about whatever the fuck they wanted to talk about, and he would be like owning them and shit.
It's kind of sad though because they're students and he's like 60 years old.
He's not trying to own them, but like the engineering students would try to fucking flex.
And some of them are cocky.
Some of them are cocky, and there was definitely some cocky students in this class, and he didn't even have to try. But what I'm saying,
should have just talked about some engineering shit. That would have been the smartest thing to do.
That would be
that would the only thing that makes sense is that, like, they could talk about like physics. I'm like, I know you didn't take physics, or this level of physics, so I could talk about this, and you have no knowledge of it.
That would be
that'd be the smartest thing. I guess they're fucking idiots.
That one, if you want to fucking take the cheap route out,
the easy way
that'd
out.
Be saying like, oh, I'm gonna fucking shoot in
talk
for
about Laplace's theorem and Maxwell's equations.
That's like saying like I'm gonna fight this boxer. I'm just gonna shoot in for a double.
Yeah, that's exactly what. That's exactly.
Yeah,
what
see, that's not
that's
that.
the smartest thing. If you're
there's no honor in that, and you have no honor.
Fuck it. I would like if you're gonna try to win a debate. Of course, you'll win in something. If he's saying like, hey, let's debate anything, I'll debate. If you say anything, I'm gonna take advantage of that, and that's the way.
That's not how the conversations would go.
Yeah, I would talk about some shit that I know he doesn't know. And he would just sound stupid. I'm like, bro, you said anything. That's your fault.
You're making up a scenario in your head. I just told you that's not what he would say.
Then what would he say?
He would open the discussion, and like engineering students would like literally just try to fucking
I would
talk
ask
over
about
him.
Maxwell's equations. I was like, how are Maxwell's equations used in the real world? And then after that, because I know for a fact he doesn't know anything about Maxwell's equations.
I'll give you an example. The first time I heard him say something was like, everything is pertaining to human interaction. The only thing that you could say that's really not pertaining to human interaction is maybe astrophysics.
But what about Maxwell's equations? How does that pertain to
What does Maxwell's equation fall under?
Exactly.
What
Then
discipline?
I would just go off on him. Like, bro, what do you think?
You would sound like
then I ask him, what do you think Maxwell's equations?
You would sound like a fucking idiot if you said, "Oh, what does Maxwell's equation fall under?"
Yeah, that's what I asked him. I was like, bro, what, like.
You would look like that guy that thinks he sounds like a smartass, but really just sounds like a fucking dumbass.
No, I would ask him like, what do you?
He's talking about majors. He's talking about disciplines. All right.
No,
sociology obviously falls under human interaction. Biology, in the broader spectrum, falls under human interaction. Chemistry, under the broader under broader spectrum, falls under human interaction. The only thing that doesn't really fall under human interaction is astrophysics or astronomy.
But didn't you say he's starting it or I'm starting it?
And he started it off like that. Like
then
everything is kind of anthropology.
He's starting it off.
And if you would say, "Oh, what about Maxwell's equation?" You know,
then you would sound stupid.
You would sound stupid, exactly.
Yeah, but
so
I'm saying,
why would you say?
That's what I'm saying. If I started off, I would ask him about that. Then how would he? What would he say?
You would still look like a dumbass trying to like. All right, students. Like today, we're gonna learn about. Oh, what about Maxwell's equation?
No, see, you're not listening to me.
How would you do that?
I'm
Let's
saying
say
it's like,
lecture starts.
How does Maxwell's equations fall under any applications up to like what you teach?
Well, that's not how he started it off.
See, that's what I'm saying. Discipline? Like he's starting off, so it's different.
So what?
But I'm saying I'm starting it off.
I told you I was gonna give you an example of how he started it off.
I'm saying I'm starting it off.
Oh, well, you just sound like a dumbass if you started it off. Then you just sound like the fucking student that's trying to be superior to the professor.
And he wouldn't know how to answer that because I know he doesn't know anything about that.
You know, I only
that's
have
like
one
a cheap.
class
That's like a cheap way to do it, but I know
exactly. I said you have no honor. Saying. You have no honor.
I know. That's what I'm saying. He wouldn't be able to answer that question.
And what I'm saying is that this guy is probably, he's in his 60s. It sounds like he just was very wise. He would probably just disregard whatever the fuck he's saying and continue with lecture.
I see. That's what I'm saying. He wouldn't be able to answer that question.
I don't think he would want to answer that question.
Because he wouldn't be able to.
I don't know if he wouldn't be able to.
He wouldn't be able to.
Pretty damn smart, honestly. I would be willing to bet.
Unless he took some time on his own time to learn just random shit. Then yeah,
I'd be willing to bet that he's taking the time just because.
If he has nothing else to do besides work with fucking students and
he just seemed fucking a different level of intelligence.
Yeah, that's what he makes it seem like.
That's what it seemed like. And this communications professor was that same way, but it was kind of like you're like, damn, are you really this smart? Because he was probably in his late 30s or some shit, as opposed to this other professor, this anthropology professor, who was clearly in his late 60s and shit. She's like, God damn, you're this smart, this young and shit. But yeah, shit. That's what Watchmen really made me think back on. God damn. Yeah, I mean, you could understand physics, science, and everything, but at the end of the day, it's really how will humans interact based on this information? isn't that really what's like driving everything?
I think there's like a class for that, like where it's exactly for that. Like, how would people react? I forget what that's called. There's a certain class for that where
I'd be willing to bet it's communications.
something like that. I don't know what it is, but it's like that.
And that's when I mean,
the general reaction of something. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that I got an A in that class.
I got an A in that class too.
You never took intercultural communication.
I took communications.
Not intercultural.
That shit don't matter.
My last paper was on the day we did karaoke at Player One. I did like an 8-10 page paper on that shit, using my intercultural communication skills that I attained through that class. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to read that paper, let me know. Leave it in the comments. I will post a link to it so you can all see it. It is quite the paper, if I may say.
You just copy and pasted everything from an online paper. That'd be wild.
It was a good paper. I did this paper the next semester during spring semester. Honestly, I just fucking bullshit that shit, but like it was a very beautiful paper, honestly.
Yeah, so what happens sometimes? So you bullshit and it comes out really
It was good. A very beautiful paper about like I don't even know what the fuck it was about. It was a beautiful paper though. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys want to read my beautiful paper, leave a comment. Leave a comment in the comment section. It was a beautiful paper. I'm not even lying. It was, looking back at it, I'm like, that shit was a beautiful paper. I just keep repeating.
Yeah, it's like that sometimes.
All right, fuck. We got fucking 59 minutes into this. You want to tell anything to America?
You faggots suck my dick.
Like that guy from the UFC.
Yeah, fuck you faggots. Fuck you. That guy's funny as hell.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here. Stay tuned for the next episode. We will have the new UFC middleweight champion.
Suck my dick.
We will have the new UFC middleweight champion of the world, Sean Strickland.
I posted a story.
Sean Strickland on the podcast.
I didn't even know I posted this.
Fuck up, bitch. All right, goodbye, America.
This is on accident.